this video, we're going to have a look at creating electronic forms. Okay, so these would be completed using restricted responses provided by drop-down lists, combo boxes, etc. So let's have a look at how we create an electronic form. Okay, so I already have an existing table. Okay, so it's always a good idea to have a table created. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we're just going to populate little drop-down boxes and things so that when a person goes to complete the form, as I say, they've got restricted responses based on the information provided to them. Okay, so I've just created a little table, okay, with the information that I want filled out. Okay, so we've got names, departments, dates requested. Okay, it's a staff request for training form. Okay, so what we want to have a look at is how we can populate these with little drop-downs. Okay. First thing you need to do is make sure that you've got your developer tab on. Okay, so that might not be obvious or it might not be available to you from the outset. So what you need to do, okay, is make sure that we've got our developer on. We need to go into File and More Options. Okay, in the Customize ribbon. Okay, make sure that over on the right-hand side that you have got Main tab selected. Okay, and then there's a developer. So mine's already ticked as on. Okay, so I would just need to, if that wasn't available to me, just click into the little checkbox beside developer, make sure I've got it ticked, and then okay. And then my developer tab becomes available to me. Okay, so make sure also that you've got your borders showing on your table. Okay, it's easier to move about so I can actually see where I want to click to actually put in the little drop-down boxes. Okay, so I want to put something into here so that the person who's completing the form knows to fill out their name, obviously. Okay, so within the developer tab, okay, I'm going to click on it's the AA that looks a little bit fuzzy, so it's the plain text content control. The other one is rich text. Okay, so that's text that's already got formatting applied. Okay, so we're looking at the plain text. And there we go, I can just leave that there. It's just saying click or tap here to enter text. Okay, so it's just an instruction to the person that's completing the form subsequently. Okay, so in the department, I want to have a little combo box. Okay, so combo box is this one here. Okay, next to the tick for a checkbox. Okay, when I click on the combo box, okay, it's going to say choose an item would be the instruction, okay, to the person completing the form. And I want to go into properties. And I'm just going to add. Okay, so what departments might this members of staff come from within my organisation? I'm going to say administration. If I can type administration, click OK and add again. Finance, click OK, add again, and I'm just going to put in human resources. For instance, OK, I'll add one more and we'll say marketing. OK, and then I just click on OK. So date requested is going to be a control for a date picker. Okay, it's that one there. It looks like a little calendar. So date picker content control. Okay, so again, it's a little instruction. It's going to say click or tap to enter a date. So again, you'd want to have a little combo or a little drop-down list, for instance, for course. So let's have a look at a drop-down list this time. Obviously, it's the one next to the combo. Okay, again, choose an item. We're going to go back up into the properties. We're going to add. So what kind of courses might we have? We might have, just say, Access, for goodness sake, Access Basic. Okay, and another one, Word Basics, and Excel Basics. Okay, and just click OK. So again, month. Okay, again, month would be a drop-down list, for instance, for the months of the year. I'm not going to do it, but you would just again come up and pick either the combo box or the drop-down and populate it. Again, location would be the same. And what we want to have here is a little checkbox for the compulsory yes or no. Okay, so it's the little tick. Okay, checkbox control and checkbox control. Okay. So if you have popped something in the wrong place or you want to remove it subsequently, just right click and there's an option there to remove the content control. Okay, sometimes with little check boxes, once you've removed the control, okay, you still then have to delete the box out. Okay, so just bear that in mind. If it doesn't disappear straight away, then once you've done remove the control, okay, make sure that you then still go in and remove the box. Okay, Next thing we need to do, obviously we're going to be sending this on to members of staff, for instance, and maybe saving this on our intranet site. So what we want to do, we want to protect it, to make sure that nobody goes in and changes any of the items. Okay, so we come up to the developer again and we just say restrict editing. Okay, editing restrictions. Okay, I want to say in here, sorry, tick in the box first of all, allow only this type of editing, and I want to then say in here that we're filling in the form, and I then want to say yes, start enforcing protection. Okay, I'm going to put in a password. I'm just going to call it training and training again. Okay, so I have now protected the form. So what you'd want to do then is maybe save this as a template. Okay, so I'm just going to say file, save as. Okay, I'm going to save it as a template, Word template, and I'm going to pop it into my, I don't want to save it with the rest of the templates, okay, and I want to make sure that that's just saved within my documents, okay, so I want to just pop it into a relevant folder, my WP&P. Okay, and I've got forms. I've already got a training form, so I'm just going to call it training form 2. Okay, it's saving it as a template, and just click on save. Okay, so if I had then sent this on to somebody to use, okay, or to complete, they would open it up and they would just then, oh, I've stolen my template, I beg your pardon. What I was going to say to you there was, sorry, in restrict editing, when I've come back into my template, okay, we'll come back to the user just now. When I come into my template, okay, I would need to go, if I wanted to change the template itself, come into restrict editing and just say stop protection and then pop in the password again. Okay, so you do have control over it. And then when you make a change, obviously you would need to remember to come back into, say, your editing restrictions and start enforcing the protection again. Okay, so again, I'm not going to bother saving this and then going and open it back up again. I'm going to assume, okay, that I am going to be requesting a training course. Okay, so I've picked this file up from my intranet, okay, or I've been sent it by my HR department, and I'm going to complete it and fill it out. So you can see here, click or tap to enter text. So I would just put in free text what my name was. Okay, department, choose an item. Where do I actually come from? I'm from the finance department. Date requested. Okay, again, pick a date. Okay, so it's just a little calendar. So the 15th of December, again, choose an item of the course. Access basics. I would also fill in the month and the location, perhaps. And I would say here whether it was compulsory or not compulsory. Okay, so just click into the checkbox. Okay, I would save that, obviously, in the normal way. And I would then send that on in an email to my HR department in order to arrange for my training. Okay, so the first thing we had to do was download the developer tab. Okay, and remember we did that from File, More, Options. Okay, customize the ribbon, and we picked it up from the main tabs, clicked into developer and clicked OK. All right, the next thing we did was we opened up a document that already had a table created. We made sure that we could see the borders on it. Okay, so it's easy to move around. And where we want to put in either a drop down or a menu option for the date or a checkbox or anything, it was a developer tab. We click into where we want it to go and we just pop in here. Okay, so if I wanted, again, so for the months, if I wanted to do a drop down, remember, I just click on it. It puts in the instruction for the person when they open the form. Okay, then I go to properties, I add, and I would just start typing in the months of the year, for instance. Okay. I'm obviously not going to populate it fully. Okay. Just cancel out that one. Okay, so then I would save it as a template. Okay. I saved it within my own word processing rather than the default for all of the templates. It's entirely up to you. But I would suggest for the purposes of this unit, you might want to just keep everything within your WP&P folder. Okay. And then when somebody wants to use it, okay, they would then save it just as a Word document. And remember, if you need to password protect it, okay, so the person that's created the form, remember, you're going into restrict editing. Okay, from the protect section within the developer, you were saying, okay, allow only this type of editing to fill out a form, and then you started enforcing protection. We popped in a password. Okay. Make sure you remember the password. I just tend to call it something that's relevant to the form. So this is called training. Okay, so it's a training form. I use the training password. Okay, and then if you needed to amend the form, okay, again, you just go into restrict editing, stop protection, and if you know the password, then obviously you can pop that in. Okay, so there we go. How to create and protect a form for online completion. Thank you for watching.